Okay, so good evening again, residents, mayor and council and staff. I'm going to go through the slide presentation. A lot shorter this time. The last meeting we had a pretty large break, 6 weeks, and so we had a lot to cover. So I'm going to get started. I do want to just remind everyone that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I do want to just say that there are over 4 million survivors in the U.S. And it is highly curable if detected early. So I do want to just remind everyone to pay attention to that. I also want to acknowledge Indigenous Peoples Day is coming up, and October is Domestic Violence Month. And I just want to make sure everyone sees the phone number that we have there. Domestic violence is up over 11% here in the county. And there are over 12 million victims nationwide, and that is men and women combined. So very important. The lights on the city building, pink and purple, will be shining this month. Okay, I want to give some quick kudos out. Sandra Shepard was Macro Social Worker of the Year, named that by the National Association of Social Workers. So congratulations to Sandra. And then Emily Straub, council member, graduated from the Academy of Excellence in Local Government. So we want to congratulate her. And then Public Works received an award. This award is called the Golden Trowel Award, and it's from Prince George's County Beautification, and it's for the competition on Melrose Park and the work that they did on the trail. And you only get that after 5 years of sustained maintenance, achieving the Sustained Maintenance Award. So congratulations to Sandra, Councilmember Straub, and the Department of Public Works. And Coffee with the Cop. We do that quarterly, and so this last one was very well attended, and we even had Senator Washington pop in. Zombie Run. You heard a little bit from Rebecca there. I do want to shout out Rebecca and Nate. They were the directors. Nate, you'll have to correct me in a minute, but they were in charge of the run this year, and did a great job. And so you can see here from the pictures that there was just a lot of attendance. The City of Hyattsville is considered a platinum level sponsor of the run. And you can see all the pictures. This picture down here in the right-hand corner are the 4 council members that participated in the race. And of course, they're standing there with our school board representative and the principal of the school. And again, we had a lot of elected officials out, a lot of staff out, and just a really good time. Nate, anything to add?
Well, some of the residents may not know, but we had a little internal competition between the staff and the council called the Counselor's Cup. And now, while the results have not been certified yet, I do have a preliminary tally, and it looks like that the council came in with 1,400 points. And the staff came in with 1,500 points, just barely edging out the staff. And to tell you the truth, it looked like it was Linzer's costume which put the staff over the edge. So the police dog Linzer, dressed as a lion, I think it was, came out and gave the victory to the staff this year. But I think this is a great tradition that we can keep going for years to come.
I thought that was Laura's dog. Is that Linzer?
Well, Laura's dog got some points, but not as many as Linzer did. So
I think Mr. Harbour is disappointed because he ran very hard in that.
No, all the council members did a great job. It was really great to see you all out there. So thank you for participating for such a great cause.
It was, and it was a lot of fun. We also had the Hispanic Heritage Celebration this month. So I just wanted to shout out that that's the last summer jam for the summer. And just a great time, a lot of great performances. So thanks to Community Services. Community Services is also offering some new programs. They have a new aging and wellness program, board games with gents. So that's going to come up October 17th. The digital literacy class is also coming back. We found a great need for that after COVID, where our seniors would really appreciated learning more about iPads and phones and technology. We're also creating a Village Fall Art class is going to begin. And then in recognition of National Falls Awareness Month, they had an event on September 23rd. With a documentary. Children's programs, they're doing some fun things. They went to a camp trip in Gaithersburg. We had the Life Stories workshop on October 9th. And then the In Wellness We Strive is going to start up tomorrow from 5 to 6. That's part of that mental health program. And upcoming community services events includes Treatorama. Now, remember for Halloween, if it falls during the middle of the week, we typically use the Saturday prior to Halloween. So they'll be doing that on Saturday, the 26th. So Driscoll Park from 4 to 6, and then that'll be followed by Trunk or Treat over at Northwestern High School, hosted by the police. This is also new, the virtual pet costume contest. We want to thank Jasmine, Jasmine Short, our animal control liaison. She came up with this creative idea. So residents dress up your pets and send some pictures in, and we'll be selecting some winners. And then employee and older adult vaccination clinic. We'll be doing that right here in the city building on October 16th from 10 to 2 in the multi-purpose room. And of course, that's free to residents. I want to shout out Ron Brooks, our finance director. It is his birthday coming up on the 20th. And I'm going to go through our weekly offerings. We've got the Zuma class. We do that every week on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Creative Minds or Mentes Creatives is on Tuesdays from 10 to 11:30. And then we've got some committee meetings, the Ethics, Environmental, Police and Public Safety, Youth Advisory Council, Planning Committee, Code Advisory, and Educational Facilities are all coming up. And some events, some of these I mentioned, the Age-Friendly Ecosystem is on Tuesday, October 8th. And then I do want to highlight the second from the last bullet. That's the Maryland State Highway Administration. They're coming out to talk a little bit about East-West Highway, and they'll have a community information center. That is going to focus on East-West Highway from Riggs Road to Queens Chapel. And Seniors on the Go have a portrait gallery. Or we'll be visiting a portrait gallery. And of course, a few others, Care Partner Support Group is October 11th. Diaper distribution also on the 11th. Night Owls on the 11th. The Ward 4 is having a check-in. That'll be on Saturday, the 12th from 10 to 1. And a fall business roundtable. We've been bringing those back quarterly. That'll be on Tuesday, the 15th from 9 to 10:30 at Cosaneros. And a few other upcoming events. I mentioned some of these already, so I will shout out that the CERT team is going to be meeting on Wednesday, October 16th. And Narcan training is Thursday, October 17th. And Youth Mini Camp is October 18th. Thrive Grant applications, those are due. Those are coming up due very soon. That's October 18th. Invasive removals on the 19th. Prince George's County is going to bring their Green Summit here to the city of Hyattsville. We've been partnering with them to do that. And then a lunch and learn for elder abuse awareness and a fraud prevention workshop. We've done those before. They've been very effective. All right. In the future, the city administrator, the city treasurer update will be broken out from the city administrator update. And that's really just to give more visibility to the residents so that they'll know that there will be a treasurer update in case they have any questions specifically on that. But because we published the agenda before we determined that that was the right way to go, we're just going to add these last two slides, which the treasurer will give an update, and then we'll do a quick ARPA update. Okay, so Ron, turning it over to you.
Good evening. Can you folks hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, council members and citizens. So real quick, so the FY22 audit is finally completed. We received the legal correspondence today. And so in the next couple of days, that audit will be posted to the website, and also a copy will be forwarded along with the management letters to council members. My hope is to get it out to you tomorrow, but at the latest Wednesday. FY23 audit has been underway. As I think I mentioned earlier in a couple of meetings previously, we know the holidays are coming up, and my hope is to get most of the financial analytical field work done in the month of October. And hopefully my goal is to get to 23 across the finish line the last week of December. Again, I don't, unless there's just something that I can't see out there from a delay perspective, but my hope is we should be able to complete FY23 as well. I think I sent an email out a week ago in reference to, and a copy of the previous homeowners tax credit program overview. The consultant will be providing at the next council meeting a just short summary overview as to how we landed, and will provide, in conjunction with the consultant and myself, we will be providing some recommendations in the homeowners tax credit and the homestead tax credit programs. That'll be for the next meeting. Want to make another comment back to the audits. Robert Diss, who is our auditor of record, I did ask for him to make time for the next council meeting to give a short presentation to the council in reference to the FY22 audit. Historically, in the past, when the auditors showed up, I asked respectfully if we could get the auditor on the front end of the agenda, but I can work with the clerk and the mayor about doing that for the next meeting. So I just wanted to make note of that. And lastly, the FY24 closeout. I will be providing an overview of the snapshot of how we ended FY24 at 6:30 at the end of our fiscal year at the next council meeting. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Douglas. You have more?
Yeah, just a quick ARPA update from Patrick Pashal. I don't know if we've moved over. I saw him in the attendees at one point. Don't know if
Hello.
we've moved him over yet.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. We last spoke to you about an ARPA update on the August 5th meeting. At that time, we reported that we had about $5.8 million left to obligate before the end of this calendar year in order to meet our federal obligation deadlines. You can see here that that number is now right around $1 million left to obligate. Staff will finalize all items that remain on this list either before or at the October 21st meeting. If there is anything that requires council approval, it'll be on that agenda. And then after that time, anything that's not finalized at the 10/21 meeting will be removed, as we've done before, with paying for general salaries, paying for salaries in the general fund, and we'll come to the council with a final motion on November 4th. This way, we have the opportunity to execute those financial transactions over the course of the end of the year. Recall that we have 2 sets of holidays coming up, and yet a December 31st deadline that still exists. So we need the final motion to pass on November 4th in order for us to execute the financial transactions and meet our deadlines. Next slide, please. We also wanted to give an update on the vandalism recovery and prevention grants. The city originally set aside $30,000 to create a vandalism recovery and prevention grant program, which was designed to provide, just support for businesses that have had like their windows smashed out and graffiti and other types of vandalism. We ended up with 11 applicants, 8 businesses or organizations receiving a total of $11,772.86 in reimbursement awards. Our teams, this is a combination of the ARPA team, the communications team, and the CBED team, conducted outreach in both English and Spanish, in person and via newsletters and via social media to small business and nonprofits in our community. You can see here at the bottom the grant awardees and the amounts that each one of them were awarded. Thank you.
And Mayor and Council, that does conclude our briefing.